the Sun Devil turnaround has been characterized by grit, toughness, and second chances. And among the many players who have found success in Tempe is defensive end Elijah O'Neal. Having taken the tough junior college route, Elijah became a key contributor to ASU's defense a season ago, and with another year of eligibility, will be another vital cog in the Sun Devil defensive line in 2025. On this episode, we discuss the focus of his offseason work, the key moments of his journey, how the pass rush is looking to level up this fall, his biggest catches as a fisherman, and so much more. So let's get to it. Here's my conversation with Elijah O'Neal. All right, Elijah, let's start off with a question from Jacob Kangaika. Who is the craziest driver on the team that you won't get in the car with?
Oh my gosh. It has to be either Jacob or Clayton. Like both. I don't know between the two, but I'd have to dare say I'd probably say Clayton because I drove behind him a few times and I see them driving crazy. But Jacob, I see him speeding down the road. Yeah, it has to be between one of them two.
Of course, the off season is over. You guys are in fall camp, ready to get ready for the season. But I know you were able to, kind of unwind a little bit. I know that you mentioned a while back that you spent some time fishing. So how's your off
Yeah.
season fishing? Any big catches over the off season?
Yeah, man, I've actually caught a lot of catfish
Oh,
out here. Since we're in Arizona, there's a lot of man-made lakes and a lot of like streams and stuff, but I just be throwing a big worm out there, putting it on my hook, sitting and waiting, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've been fishing a lot, catching a lot of catfish. I'll catch some carp here and there, but it's not really what I'm looking for to catch. I like to catch catfish because I feel like they give a more harder bite and a more better fight.
how did you get into fishing?
My father, he introduced it to me in an early age. It started from him just trying to teach me how to make a knot with the fishing line, tie my hook on there. Started basic, and then as I grew older and older, I just kept on getting more advanced with it, learning new things about just the different species of fish and where good spots to fish at, where to really go to. So I give that all to my pops.
What's your favorite catch of all time?
Ooh, of all time, me and my father were on a charter boat, and we were actually fishing for salmon, and we caught a whole bunch of salmon, but we also caught rockfish. And this was
Okay.
ocean fishing. We also caught rockfish, and I'm telling you, these fish were, I say, 17, 18 inches, like, and just like each time casting out, we just kept catching fish. So that was all. That was a core memory that's always gonna stay in my head.
That's awesome. Good to hear, and so good luck in the future and fishing. Talking
Yes,
a little
sir.
bit about the last season a little bit. One of my favorite personal memories of last season was before the Big 12 title game. I was out on the field. You came out. We chatted a little bit, and it seemed like you were kind of reflecting upon your journey. With the from the junior college ranks to in Arizona State, and then playing in Jerry World on in the biggest stage there. What was that
Yeah.
moment like for you? Just to kind of maybe reflect upon how far you have come during your time in college.
Man, I've reflected a lot about just my whole journey, and it's crazy because like I was telling this team, I was talking in front of the whole team at Camp T, and I was just telling them I've just been through a lot of adversity at every single phase in my life. So it's like I just feel like adversity is what's built the person I am today. And I'm going through adversity right now. I'm still going through adversity. It's just a part of life. That's what life is. You're always going to have to deal with something that sucks and you're going to have to keep moving forward. So that's really reflecting on my past is just with my football career. It's just like, man, I've dealt with a lot of adversity and I've overcame a lot of adversity, and I'm not gonna stop now.
how has football been kind of a way for you to power through the adversity in your life, and kind of, a way for you to, find positivity and continue your upward ascent?
I just feel like staying on the right track as far as staying healthy, um, preparing my body right for games, getting in the cold tub, doing all the little things that I can do to be the best player I can be on Saturdays.
So of course, yeah, you're back for another year, and thankfully, a lot of other folks who have had junior college experience are getting a chance to have another season here in major college football. What were some of the reasons why you decided to take advantage of this opportunity? And maybe for some fans who don't know, like, the behind the scenes, what was the process like to make sure that you had another year as a Sun Devil?
So I for the first part of that question, um, I decided to come back because I already have a great relationship with this coaching staff. And I just felt like I had the defense down a lot. I know I'm very comfortable in the scheme. I'm under a coach who coached Hall of Famers in my position. I'm in a great location. It's just, and like I said, I've always dealt with adversity. So that's my reason why I came back here to Arizona State another year. Like I love Coach Dillingham. He's a great head coach. You can't ask for a better head coach than him. Um, and then the second part of your question is the process of getting my process. It was really I had to go through compliance. Um, had to talk with them, went up to them and was just asking. Um, when it was fresh and new, they wasn't really sure because this has never happened before to
Yeah.
where they're giving a junior college athlete another year. But once they started getting more information about it, and more junior college kids were getting their eligibility, it just added automatically. I got a just another year, and so now I'm a fifth year. So um, I'm very thankful to be back, and I just can't wait to get on that field and show people how hard I've been working.
Of course, a lot of folks are happy that you are here for another year, and as someone who's been around the program now for a few years, where have
Yeah.
you seen this program culture kind of evolve from when you first got here to right now, where you guys are kind of coming in this new season, as the reigning champs?
Yeah, man. From my first year being here to now, I just feel like it's night and day. The brotherhood in this locker room, and I truly mean this. I'm not just saying this. Like we have such a strong brotherhood, and that's another main reason why I came back to that I didn't mention. Forgot to mention the brotherhood here is like no other program. Since we got the most returners almost in the country, we're already molded together and already have that relationship built rather than a bunch of new guys coming into a program that don't know each other. We know each other. We know we're family, and it reflects on the field. Now I can look back and see Crook, and I've known Crook for a minute. You know what I'm saying? See Crook, I know that's my brother back there. He got my back. So I just feel like the relationships are a lot stronger this year than my previous years.
As a core part of that culture is, of course, you guys working hard and while having fun as well. But Kenny recently raved about you and the entire kind of top of that defensive line room, of just how hard you guys have worked over the offseason. How much in a better shape, bigger, stronger, faster you collectively are as a unit. What was that process like for you to kind of identify? We're going to put in this work, and what were some of the areas that you focused on specifically over this offseason that you wanted to attack?
Yeah, well, I wanted to as well collectively as a group, I feel like we have put in a lot more time and effort and intentional and being a lot more intentional in what we were doing. I feel like we put a lot more time, and I also feel like the more time you spend with your group, the better relationship that you're gonna have. And we got guys in the group that hold each other accountable, and I just feel like that's what comes with having such good relationships is you can hold the other guy accountable for things, and which makes everybody better in the room, um, because you have that standard, and you're everybody's holding each other to that standard. And what was your second part of the question? Sorry about that.
Oh, just what with your own, you work in the off season. What were some of the
Yeah.
things that you wanted to focus on over the course of the off season? Whether
Oh
it's to
yeah,
get bigger, stronger, faster. Because
yeah,
as Kenny said, he really praised the work that you guys did with Coach Joe.
yeah. And then I just wanted specifically me. I feel like I needed to get stronger. Especially in the run game and staying stout and being able to hold my gap and peek my head. And just um block destruction. So I focused on gaining weight. I'm 260 now. Last year I was playing at 245.
Mm.
Gained 15 pounds. Feel great. I'm a lot more explosive thanks to Coach Joe, and he's a great strength coach, and Clayton and Cece, all great for developing guys to be stronger, bigger, and faster. So I just feel like this year I am gonna be a problem in the run game and the pass game. So I'm 260 now, and I'm moving the same. So I just feel like that's gonna be a problem.
So, before we talk about the season ahead, just want to talk a little bit about the special season that you guys put together last year. When you look back now that you've had several months, what are some of your favorite moments of the season, whether on or off the field, that you kind of look back and cherish most about your guys' magical run?
I've honestly I enjoyed every moment going out on the field last year. The moment that I do remember the most was playing Arizona and being able to go out and stand on their A in the middle of the field with everybody, the whole D line, and holding that cup. That'll be a picture that will never outgrow uh, outgrow me. I'll always hold that.
What was it like to seeing one of your D line mates, Jacob? Obviously former Wildcat, but he able to take that pitchfork and plant it right in the middle of the A.
Yeah, it was good to see that. He be turning me up. We're gonna do it again this next year, hopefully. But yeah, man, he turned me up with that, and it made it so much better because he came from that program. So it just that was a really good moment as well.
What
Right there.
made the team special? Why did everything kind of work for you guys last year? And obviously putting things together, going on the run you did, and making it to the playoffs.
I feel like everybody being able to contribute. Um, how we run our defense, we rotate a lot. So everybody's going to be needed at some point. And I just feel like just everybody being ready and to go in no matter what happens. Um, that's how we made it all the way through the season. And we're able to clinch the Big 12 championship and move on to that playoff game. So I feel like that was a big part of our success.
Sun Devil fans for several years were really pining for some success and really starved. It was a program and under the previous coaching staff that had some issues on and off the field. But with you guys and what you guys did last year, obviously, as Kenny says, the Valley was finally activated. From a player's perspective, what was the most rewarding aspect of being a part of the group that was able to get the fans so excited, get the Valley activated as a whole?
It was rewarding just to, like I said, I love the fans. Like they really came out and bring it a lot. I remember leaving out in the bus and just having all those fans there cheering us, leaving and coming back. Even if we're coming back at 12, 1 a.m., there's still gonna be fans there. Like it's so crazy, and I've never been a part of something. That's the most rewarding part. I feel like just making your state proud. Really city because the school is down south, but making your city proud and having everybody behind you.
What kind of impact now that you've had a few years in the program? What kind of impact has Kenny Dillingham had on your life?
Coach Dillingham has showed me what it is to be a great father and like a great father figure. You know what I'm saying? He's taught me a lot actually. Like just made me more smart in the game. Football wise, he's made me a lot more smart. We always have at the end of the night football 101s, and it blows my mind how smart he is and how knowledgeable he is in this game. And I just feel like as a person, he reminds us every day, just be a good person. That's the number one thing. Be a good person. And I can take pride in that, and it's always in the back of my head. So I always appreciate Coach Dillingham. I know he always got my back. I will always have his. So um, at the end of the day, like I said, relationships I feel like make the team a lot stronger.
So he's obviously a very quotable guy. What's your favorite Dillyism?
Scoop. It's a every time we go to the we have a basketball hoop in the meeting room, and he always does a scoop shot at the end right before we're gonna start the meeting. But he always yells out scoop, and everybody yells out scoop, and then he just does like an underhand, and he makes it. He makes it sometimes. It's kind of crazy,
Okay.
but yeah, to me.
Uh, what a kind of advice, now that you're heading into your fifth year of college, what kind of advice would you give yourself, several years ago, kind of starting the journey down at the JUCO level?
Um, what advice would I give to myself? I would I would definitely say just to to remain complacent and just stay not complacent but like just stay on your path and don't give up because there was many a times in JUCO where I was just like, dang, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. Going through a lot. I'm going through hard workouts, doing a lot of hard stuff, and I just kept that strong mentality, So I would just say to my JUCO me would just keep going. Honestly, like you just have to keep going because once you stop, then you're totally out the game. But if you keep trying, keep going, and which is what I did, but to not have those thoughts that I had of stopping. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep a clear mind and keep moving forward.
So you've obviously registered a lot of sacks throughout your career at the the high school JUCO and now at ASU. Is there
Yeah.
one? What's your favorite sack of your career at any level?
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. JUCO, um, when we played DVC, Diablo Valley College, I sacked Joey Aguilar. He's the quarterback for Tennessee now.
Yeah.
But I went speed to power on this tackle. He was like 320 pounds. I still have the video too, but I went speed to power and Joey was just sitting at the top of the pocket, and I just came off and sacked him, and it was right before half when we needed to stop. It was crazy. It was on third down, but yeah, I can send you that video later. But that was my
Nice.
most memorable, my most crazy sack.
And so, of course, ASU fans are going to see it in a new number this year, switching over to number 9.
Yep, number
What's
9.
what's the significance of the number?
Yeah, my last year of my junior college, when I my last year of my junior college career, I was number 9. I was at 58 first, and then I switched to number 9. my last year, and that's the year I got 14.5 sacks and 20 plus TFLs, and I just feel like I don't know. You look good, you play good, so I feel like that number fits me, and man, I'm a rock out on that number for sure this year.
So of course, one of the areas that I was talking to Coach Reynolds and for one of these episodes a while back, and he says he really wants to elevate the pass rush this year, and of course, with you, Prince, Clayton, Justin now, at end full time, and some others, there's obviously the players to do that. What do you feel
Yeah.
are going to be some of the keys to getting some better pass rush numbers than last year?
I feel like Coach Reynolds has been making us more knowledgeable about just pass rush and staying on different levels. I'm gonna start trying out a little bit of inside as well. Try
Mhm.
to just try it out maybe at 3 tech and see how that feels. But just um keeping the pass rush level and um making sure there's no gaps for the quarterback to scramble through. I feel like we struggled with that a little bit last year, and he's doing a really good job of tightening it up and teaching us and the younger guys how to really pass rush, um, and just adding a lot of new games in pass rush games and stunts, and we got a lot of stuff that is going to be good for us this year. So I'm really excited for it.
So you mentioned it a little bit earlier, just in terms of there's so many familiar faces, the returning production, and I think at the D line, like outside of JP and Jeff, basically the entire three deep is back across the D line. What is that? What value does that kind of that familiarity, that experience, that cohesion have for the you guys in the trenches?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, having a good relationship, especially with the guys in your group, it's gonna be amazing because we're already comfortable with each other. We know how each other play. You know what I'm saying? And we know how to we all know how to come together and when it's time to really strap them pads on and buckle your helmet on, we're gonna come and bring that energy and effort. Um, and I just feel like we have a lot of resilience in our group. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to defeat us.
So of course, there's a lot of veterans in that group, but there's also some younger guys that are going to be looked at to make their mark, and and especially in the years ahead. Who are some of
Yeah,
the young D linemen that have really impressed you so far?
Albert. Albert, his get off. Albert Smith's get off is man. He's getting really good at pass rushing and adding new moves. He just did this spin move the other day in one on ones, and I was like, oh my god, it's yeah. He's doing really good, and he's gonna be a really good player here in the future. So I would say Albert, and then I would also say Celesi.
Mm.
I like Celesi. He has a really heavy hands and he's a strong dude. He can go speed to power and um, he does a good job at that. And then Roman, I wouldn't say he's really a young guy. I would really put him um, he's turned into a vet guy, and I feel like he's really doing a good job coming along and using his arm length. He has long arms, so he's good at using that arm length and um, just getting way better. He's gotten faster, and he's gotten stronger in the run game as well. So.
I'm kind of flipping the script a little bit, and of course, you're going against that ASU offensive line day in, day out. What's your impression of how the O line's coming together? Obviously, a lot of returning faces there as well.
Yeah, I feel like the O line's doing a great job. Coach T's doing a great job coaching them up, getting them ready. I feel like they're also going to be a tough unit to um, beat and defeat, um, run and pass. I feel like we have Max. He's always a great um, pass protector, and he's stout in the run game. He gives them hard down blocks and base blocks, and he's good. And then we got Jamento, the new guard from Texas State. He's coming along and he's doing a good job. And then Ben Coleman, he's a vet guy. He's played a lot of ball, and he's always comes with his juice and his physicality.
So of course, the at least externally, the script has really flipped. Last year, that narrative has been beat to death. Pick last, ultimately win the conference title. But right now, of course, you guys are the reigning champs. All the other teams in this conference are going to be gunning to take down the Sun Devils.
Hmm.
What kind of changes, as you guys go from the hunter to the hunted, or have there been any changes, maybe in terms of the mentality or how you view, now being the team with the target on your back?
I just feel like we just need what we're doing right now is we're not xing out all the noise and just worrying about what we need to do day in and day out. Um, I know a lot of people are going to be coming for us this year because we are the reigning champs, and um, I I feel like we're ready for all the smoke that is going to come. And yeah, man, I just feel like we have the same mentality, same mindset, and we're really just xing out all the noise and all the media and everything. So, yep.
Of course, you fall camps, in full swing right now, just a couple weeks away from the opener. How do you feel the D line and the defense as a whole is coming along through, about halfway through fall camp? And what are some of the things that you'd like to see to make sure that you guys feel ready for the opener against NAU?
Yeah, I feel like the defense is coming along very well. We have a good back end. Linebackers are physical. They always giving us the what I'm saying, our calls, and they're good at communicating. And then us up front, I feel like we're it's another year, a bunch of veterans back. We became stronger, faster, so we should see more havoc up front. I feel like this year too, which will help the back end, and the back end will help us by being able to cover, and giving us some more time. They gave us time, but giving us more time to get to the to rest the passer. Um, and then the last part of your question,
Oh, just what would you like to do as a defense to over the next couple weeks of fall camp to make sure that you guys are ready, and just anything else that you guys want
oh
to want to
yeah,
want to fine tune over the next 2 weeks?
I just feel like being able to watch as much film as we can to be able to game prep for NAU, and just feel like if everybody's in their film and just trying to improve on themselves each and every day, we're gonna be a really good football team, and we're gonna be ready versus NAU.
And last one for you. Obviously, you got one last ride here as a Sun Devil. A lot of expectations coming into this upcoming season. What do you want those Sun Devil fans in the stands at Mountain America Stadium to see from you this season?
I want them to see me get to that quarterback, and I want them to see me stop the run. I want them to see it all. So for my last ride, I really want to give all the fans and all of you guys just a really good season out of me, and just me always in the quarterback's face. Definitely.
I'd like to thank Elijah for taking the time to talk with me for this episode. Make sure you are subscribed to Speak of the Devils on the podcast platform of your choice for more great episodes all season long. And make sure to follow me on all things social media at BDenny29.